What's up gamers, it's QlevrQT here, and I am here with a tutorial on how to use the Live Gamer Mini, aka the GC311, with a Mac and Streamlabs. It took me a while to figure out how to set up all of the streaming stuff with a Mac. I couldn't find any tutorials on it. I found like one, and even that wasn't very helpful. So I hope that what I can share with you helps you guys out for those who have Macs. It literally says on here plug and play. Maybe that's the case with PCs, but at least with Apple, it took a little bit more steps. It's still super simple, and once you figure it out, you're like, okay, sweet.
Okay guys, so before we start setting up the actual capture card and the cords, this next step is super crucial. We're going to have to allow Streamlabs to access things on our Mac. We're going to go to our system preferences, and then from there we'll go to security and privacy right here. And then Streamlabs will be able to access the camera, the mic, and screen recording. Here, when we go to camera, we need to make sure that this box next to Streamlabs OBS is marked, and for the microphone as well, and then finally screen recording. And this is super important because this is the reason my game capture wasn't coming up on Streamlabs, because this wasn't checked off. My camera and my mic were, but this actually didn't show up until a few minutes later. So just be patient and wait for it to show up. Okay gamers, we got our 3 slots here. The first one is the HDMI out, the second one the HDMI in, and the USB 2.0. The HDMI out is what's going to go into your monitor. The HDMI in goes into your Xbox, and obviously the USB 2.0 goes into your laptop. Now usually when you're playing without a capture card, your HDMI out that's on your Xbox goes straight into your monitor, because as you can see, it literally says HDMI out to TV. But in this case, that's not going to happen. The HDMI out is going to actually end up going into your capture card. The HDMI out on the capture card is the HDMI that's coming from your monitor. So right now I'm plugging that in from my monitor, and the HDMI in comes from your Xbox. So that HDMI cord from the Xbox will now go into the HDMI in slot on the capture card. So once all of our HDMI cords are plugged in, we'll see that the monitor is still black. And this is what tripped me up, because I thought I had the HDMI cords in wrong, but in actuality, I just wasn't patient enough. I should have waited to put the USB 2.0 into my laptop, and then waited even further to see that the gameplay will pop up a minute later. Then the capture card will start blinking a blue light, and in a second the gameplay pops up, and bam, we have it.
Okay guys, now that we have opened up Streamlabs OBS, I will show you how to get your gameplay captured with the capture card. So first we will go over to sources, and we're going to add a new one with this plus button. We're going to choose video capture device, which you can choose to use either your laptop webcam, another webcam, but this is also the way we will do the video game capture. So instead of doing a webcam, we're going to add a new source instead. I'm going to label this game capture, because then I will be able to differentiate this source from my webcam. So I'm going to add that source. I'm going to choose the device, which is going to be my Live Gamer Mini. Mine is number 2 just because I originally had a different one. And as you can see, the gameplay is now showing right here. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to remove this just so you can see the next step, and I'm just going to hide it by pressing this eyeball button. So the next step is adding your gameplay audio. So I'm going to press that plus button again, and I'm going to do audio input capture. Now there is audio output capture, and that would be playing audio from your laptop. So if you had Spotify open and wanted to play your music, that would be what you would do for that. But for the game audio, we're going to do audio input capture. I'm just going to double click that again, and then I'm going to add a new source, because I'm not going to use the mic, and I'll label this to differentiate it from my mic. I'm going to do game audio. So I'm going to add that source, and then we'll do the same thing we did for the video capture, and change this from default to the Live Gamer Mini.
And that's it.